It's your girl Kia. Good morning. It's really early in the morning, but I wanted to get this video done before things get crazy for me because it's my last day in the office before everybody leaves for the holiday season. You can tell by the title what we're about to talk about, but just so you know, this is not a review of the show. I am not an avid watcher of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I've done pretty good this season, but it's not something that I watch 24/7. I used to, but now I kind of just watch the reviews from Bondi Blue or let my mom catch me up while she's on her drive to work while I'm in my office getting ready. But last night's episode, I actually did watch, and I think I have the same opinion that a lot of people have that was trending on Twitter. Marc and Kenya do not belong together. And it's pretty apparent. And not because he's a bad guy or she's a bad woman. I know everybody wants to give Ken this label of being this horrible person and whatever. But they're just not compatible with each other. And I think Kenya has fallen into the bucket that a lot of women fall into of, I want to be married. I want to be a wife. Like, being a wife is some sorority that you just want to, that you just have to pledge, and you just want to be a part of this whole club of being a wife and showing off your ring and doing this and that. And there's a lot of women who are like that. And, I think I used to be like that a little bit. And now that I'm married, I look at myself and go, what the fuck was wrong with you? Why did you want to do this? And I tell people that all the time. And it's not because I don't love my husband or my stepson. I love my husband. He is literally made for me. But marriage is hard. Marriage is work. You're literally taking two people who had separate independent lives, good independent lives, and shoving them together and saying, okay, make this work as two people. Me and my husband have different personalities. We have different ways of adulting. We have different ways of parenting. We have different ways that we handle money, this and that. And it sometimes clashes, and it gets very, very hard and frustrating and exhausting. And sometimes you're just like, I just don't want to do this. But then you realize how much it's work, and you're not getting paid for it. I think if I got paid for it, that would probably make it a lot better. I think I would charge somewhere around $20 an hour for this. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think Kenya just wanted to be married because it sounded good. You want to be able to rub it into people's faces. And I see a lot of women like that, especially women who get married younger. They want to kind of show off their ring, and I'm having this for my wedding, and I'm doing this as my wedding dress, and I want to have this and that, and I want to do this. Like, it's all about the getting to the point of getting a ring and getting married. No one thinks about the after part. And I do not think Kenya actually thought about the after part. She thought about the baby because that's what she's always wanted, because she was getting up in age. But I don't think that she thought about a life after. They didn't even have a plan for cohabitation. It never crossed her mind that he may not want to move to Atlanta and I don't want to move to New York. That's already a big thing, because now you guys aren't really trying to get to know each other better and work on things as a couple and grow as a couple. And you guys threw a baby in this mix. So now you guys are not bi-coastal parents. You guys are parents in different states with a baby who lives down here. It's just, I feel bad for her. And I do think he wants the best for her, but he comes off a little harsh, a little mommy dearest, if anybody's ever seen that movie. More like, if I break you down, I can then build you back up. So I'm just going to keep breaking you down, keep making snide remarks, keep poking at you, because eventually your mindset will change and realize, oh, I shouldn't do it this way. I should do it that way. And that's not a healthy way to help anybody, is being harsh like that. And he's definitely one of those people. And Kenya kind of just goes with it. And I think Kenya is going with it, or was going with it before she filed for divorce, was because she thought that she could just deal with it without having to learn from it, if that makes sense. Like, she thought that she could just deal with it. Oh, he can be him and I'll be me, it'll be fine. That's not how marriage works. Nope. You can't just deal with it. You have to really learn how that other person is, learn how to adjust, be vocal about where you need adjustments at, so you guys can make a compromise. They are not doing any of that. The way that car ride went was the most awkward conversation I saw between a husband and a wife ever, whether it's on the show or in real life. Even the way at the dinner, the way he proposed to her. My proposal sucked. My husband knows this. My proposal sucked, but I didn't care. I think about it now and I'm just like, oh, that was annoying. But I go back and redo it. No. But her proposal, she kind of said it like it was this cute, adorable story, and it's not. So you popped up at his house almost in the middle of the night. He didn't know you were coming, saw you there, so he ran and got the ring. and then said it's official now. That's not a proposal. That's somebody just told you, hey, we're gonna get married. You guys have only been dating for a few months. You guys didn't know each other. But again, Kenya's story is not a new story. It's just because it's on TV. I have another friend. Actually, no, I don't want to jump to that subject yet. But yeah, her proposal wasn't romantic. It was just kind of, we're gonna get married. Okay, fine, whatever. You guys are gonna get married. Cool. And there was another thing that she did. Oh, and at the dinner, when she said her two top things in her life were winning Miss USA and getting proposed to, or her wedding day, but Miss USA was first. And I don't know, I know everybody else saw this on Twitter. Candy said this was, wait a minute, you guys had a baby. The baby should be the best thing that ever happened to you in your life, and then maybe your wedding day. But to say that in front of your husband, that this superficial thing of winning Miss USA that you did absolutely nothing with, by the way, you didn't parlay that into a media career. She keeps saying she's been in the entertainment industry. I have seen her on one episode of Living Single and one episode of Martin. Those are the only things I've ever seen her in. There's been a couple of made to VHS movies that I don't think my mom would have ever rented from the Blockbuster store. So I don't know. But to say that that superficial thing was more important than having a man actually commit his life to you and say that he wants to share his life with you kind of shows where your mindset is. You just wanted the wedding day because it's a fun thing. It wasn't about him. It was the fun day in your life. Ooh, I got to wear a pretty dress, just like Mrs. USA. You know, I got to get a pretty piece of jewelry, just like Miss USA. I got a crown. This time I got a ring. It's just very, very interesting to me and kind of sad. So the other thing I want to talk about is what happens before you get married and how people change. Again, I have multiple people right now who are getting married in my life, and I'm happy for them. But they have the same kind of mindset of, we've lived together, we have a child together, so you know it shouldn't be that, it's not going to be different for us when we get married. It'll be the same, it'll be fine, it's not going to be no big deal. That's not true. I lived with my husband before we got married, and the week after we got back from our honeymoon, everything got into marriage mode, and everything changes, and you have to adjust like that. And nobody thinks you have to adjust. They just assume, oh, we live together, we know everything about each other. No, you don't know the married husband. Boyfriend, fiance, living partner is way different than the husband who lives with you. People get complacent, people change because now they've gotten the ring and they've gotten the girl or they've gotten the wife, and you know they're just settling into life right now. I have a friend, I have to change the story a little bit because they might be watching. So how am I going to say this? They were together. This is going to be hard. I have to use them, they pronouns. Shout out to my non-binary crew. This is why I hate using the non-binary pronouns, because it's so hard to say a sentence. Okay. They got married. Before they got married, they enjoyed a very fun sex life. They were doing everything. They were having threesomes. They were going to nude places. They were just having a great time sexually. This person liked their partner. This is hard. Liked their partner because they had found a person who would enjoy these things with them. And they thought that this was the perfect relationship for them. They were so excited together, and they were doing it big. They got married, and after their honeymoon, the other partner decided no, and stopped everything. Everything fun that made the other partner fall in love, that other partner stopped. And it killed their marriage, because that partner, the partner who was open and excited about it, thought that they had found a person who really understood them, saw them, heard them, and wanted to explore with them and build a life together. And that's not what happened. They got divorced. I think they were married maybe, might have been 5 years they made it to. And I think there might have been infidelity issues. I don't know for sure, but that is what I feel like a lot of people do. You get so excited about the thought of being in the club of being married and having a ring and saying you're a wife, that you, or saying that you're a husband, that you put on your best foot. And when you get married, you decide, okay, well then I'm just going to be how I actually want to be, because they're not going to go anywhere. And nobody wants a complication of a divorce. Nobody wants that. To all my girls out there who are getting married, I actually have a cousin who is getting married, and I love her. She's so sweet. And she was stressing herself out over something really stupid. She was putting out on Facebook that she was confused about, oh, should I get a photographer and a videographer? How much should I spend? And people were giving her all these things and saying, you know, you should spend this much, and yeah, you want the videographer for this and this reason. I private messaged her and said, girl, don't do that. Don't. You can get a photographer, but if you want to go cheap on it, go cheap on it. Because at the end of the day, you might look at those pictures. You look at them as soon as you get back, you post them on social media, you give them out to friends, and maybe, but like a month after, those pictures are either on a file drive on your computer or they're in some album that you never look at. You maybe take it out when you have kids and they want to look at it, but it's not something, you basically spend around $1,000 to $1,600 on something that collects dust or just takes up space in your computer. I mean, I look at my computer, I look at my wedding pictures all the time, only because my wedding photo is my desktop picture, and it's the, hold on one second, I just want to show the camera real quick. It is, oh, hold on one second, sorry. It is the picture on my phone. That is a picture of me and my husband on our wedding day. But other than that, we didn't have a videographer. So I told her the amount of money spent on the day doesn't matter. It's one day. It's one day. It's a day. You're literally paying people to bring you, to pay for gifts. You feed them, they give you gifts. It's an even exchange. That's really what a wedding day is. Yeah, you celebrate, you get married. Half those people there are really just there for the food. They're there to meet another person, or there to get drunk for free. No, there are very few people there who at your wedding who are super excited about you getting married. Your immediate family, absolutely, but everybody else you invited, you really just invited them to get gifts. Let's keep it 100. But it's neither here nor there. But I just want more girls to be realistic about the wedding day and be super excited about the marriage and do whatever it takes to make sure that your marriage works, because that's the most important part, because that's the person who you're going to share life with, have children with, and you want that to be a stable, happy home. So that's my advice. I feel bad for Kenya, but this is what it is. I'm glad she's getting divorced. They weren't a good fit. I hope her and Marc can go find other people that work for them. So yeah, drop down in my comments to get the conversation started. Like and subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Instagram at I am Kia Giovanni. There is no politics over there, just food and fitness stuff. Yay. You can find me on Twitter at Kia Shakur. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.